Let's do it for real now. Well, I'm sure you saw this video coming. This whole thing with the USBC considering doing a ban on urethane. I made this video once before, but the audio never actually got picked up for some reason. So we're making this again, but I'm kind of glad it did. For the simple fact is, USBC had put out the poll a few days ago, and they just published the results yesterday. So I want to give my thoughts in regards to the whole thing with USB considering banning urethane and the poll results. I did not really prepare a whole lot for this because this is going to be a lot of ranting, if you want my honest opinion. As you see in front of me, there are 3 urethane balls that I own, all by Hammer. One ball, I'm actually not sure if it's considered illegal or not right now because it is an old Hopkinsville, Kentucky poured black urethane ball that is non-pearl. I'm not sure of the hardness rating of this ball, if it was truly a soft urethane ball, because the ball doesn't really hook a whole lot. So I want to consider this ball to probably be somewhere in the 80s of a hardness rating, because it hooks like a whole 6 boards. It is a non-pearl urethane after all. To its right, my left, is the ball that is really causing a lot of controversy. It is the Purple Hammer, as you all know and love. Well, most of you love. Hopefully most of you love it. It is the green pin variety, and I am considering a purple pin version of that as well at Nationals next year, if they're allowed to sell it. So the arsenal will grow to 4 urethane balls next year in Reno. That's the goal, at least. And of course, this ball here has been created because of the PBA. It is the 78D. It's a fantastic urethane. It's actually my favorite urethane of the 3 here. Simple fact is, the purple, at least the green pin variant, seems to be a little jumpy for me. It's a little aggressive, but it's also the fact too that this ball was actually sanded at Nationals this year. I had put a 360 grit pad on it, thinking I might need it for Nationals, even though I never did. But it was given the extremely dull treatment, which is why it may seem a little duller than the others here. These I have not touched the surfaces on, so these are still box. Again, I find these balls have had their purpose, and they still do. A couple of the pros I noticed when the USBC had published the results of their poll, they noted, particularly Jason Belmonte had noted that they said these poll results in quite a way that was hinting that they want to ban urethane because of how suspiciously they worded and presented the results. Overall, I find that still a majority of people don't want it banned outright. Some people want it changed. I'm in the camp of don't touch the rules. They've been this way for many, many years. And I do understand how a lot of the youth are going to the purple urethane and are using it a lot. Overseas, they're using it a lot too, but obviously we don't have to worry about the overseas stuff too much, for the simple fact is they have their own governing bodies, but a lot of them also copy what the USBC does. So we still have to think of our overseas friends who participate in our wonderful sport. So if that means they're going to ban this or make some significant changes that potentially even make the 78D illegal, I guess we may have to resort to bowling balls like the not urethane for now. This ball I've used a few times, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. it doesn't really give that urethane reaction that I like. Maybe if I hit it with a dulling pad, with an Abralon pad, maybe hit it with 500, maybe even 360, it would act a little bit more urethane-like, or 360 with a touch of 500. Sure, it might give that little bit of urethane-like reaction, but it still doesn't feel like a true urethane ball, because it's not urethane, obviously. But I am hoping that the USBC, if they do make any changes to urethane, the rules regarding urethane, excuse me, I feel like they need to give it a few years, put a lot of good thought into it, and if they need to make changes, at least make it no more than like the 78. Give it the 78 rule, like the PPA does. That I would actually understand and I would be on board with. That's the only thing that I would agree with, because these balls are already in production. You got the IQ 78, 78U. But also I find for like non-pearl urethanes, it shouldn't really affect these either, because, well, these balls don't really hook. They're not really meant to, these older style urethanes. So I don't see why they would have to ban these. I feel like they're going after the pitch blacks, the purple urethanes, specifically because those are the ones that are used the most. And obviously the purple urethane is Hammer's bread and butter. It almost feels like the USBC is attacking one brand, or even two, because, you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't see a whole lot of pitch blacks that are thrown in leagues. I see a lot of purple hammers, though. And I think that by doing a ban on any sort of urethanes right now, it's going to cause a lot of people to just want to quit bowling, especially younger bowlers. And that's the thing we absolutely do not need and we cannot afford to have right now. So I think the USBC needs to leave this alone. Let bowlers be bowlers. Let us buy the bowling balls that we want as long as they're legal. And I do have to say too, yes, these bowling balls do get a bit softer over time. I get it. But I just don't understand why they have to do this still. I feel like if they are going to ban these bowling balls, all three of them, or even two of them, my personal belief is the USBC needs to give coupons to those who need a replacement to make them legal, to have a legal ball again. Because obviously, as you know, bowling balls aren't cheap, and obviously these are somewhat reasonably priced. But a lot of people just can't afford to go out and buy brand new equipment if you know, they have a whole bunch of urethane balls that are drilled to their precise needs, or have certain layouts, and that's why they need several of these purple hammers. You're going to see a lot of people quit if they don't have any sort of resolution to get these bowling balls replaced. As I believe, if we've had these bowling balls for a long time, I've had this ball since, geez, I think it was before my first nationals. So I've had that ball for about, that purple hammer for probably 3 years or so at this point, at least 3 years. And I'll be honest, I don't really use urethane a whole lot, personally. But it is always good to have a urethane ball in my arsenal, because sometimes I'll need it. If I am having trouble figuring out the lanes, yeah, I'm pulling out the purple or I'm pulling out the black, just so I can at least have something to go on. These bowling balls are tools. That's why we buy them. And that's why we support the companies that we do. And I'll be honest, USBC, you're just drilling yourself an even bigger hole. You're digging a deeper grave. And you have been since you became a thing in 2005. Ever since the ABC became the USBC. they've been killing the sport. But I still certify because, well, I love bowling nationals. I'll have a nationals average next year when I go to Reno. And I enjoy bowling these tournaments now. I get to meet new people. Get to see, a couple of you guys here from YouTube. Get to meet yous and maybe even bowl with yous. It gets me out of New England. So, I gotta say, USBC, you're making a big mistake by doing this. But if you have to make any changes, just copy the PBA rules, because the bowling balls are already out. And not a whole lot has to change, except for a lot of people who are going to have to swap out their purple hammers for black hammers. But my feeling is, no matter what, if you're going to make any changes to urethane that makes the purple illegal, or any of these urethanes illegal, refund us our money for what we paid for these bowling balls. Give us the MSRP back for these bowling balls, and I'll be happy to get different urethanes. As long as I can buy my hammers still. That's all I care about. As you guys know, I'm a hammer fan. All my bowling equipment is hammer. That's all I throw. Throw nothing but hammers with Jopo grips and the thumb slugs. Eventually, I'd like to replace my current fingertip grips with Jopo fingertip grips too. Love you, Jopo. I love you guys too on YouTube who are watching this video and are listening to me ranting on about this whole situation, because I don't believe it is fair for the bowlers, especially bowlers who have been throwing these bowling balls legally for years. And I feel like the USBC is just trying to appease a few crybabies who just hate the fact that urethane changes the oil patterns differently than reactive resin. And fun fact, some of you might know this. I didn't know about this till this whole debacle started. Reactive resin bowling balls, yes, including this one, they're not urethane. Well, it actually is a bit of a lie, because these bowling balls are actually urethane. This urethane with a bunch of plasticizers and chemicals that change how they roll and change how they go from pushing oil down the lanes to absorbing oil. So now the question is, USBC, if that's the case, get a ban on all reactive resin too? I want to hear back from the USBC. I want to hear what they say. Because I truly believe that if they make some sort of a urethane ban that takes it anything beyond the PBA's ban on the purple hammers to make them 78U compliant, I think they're really going to shoot themselves in the foot, and they're going to lose a lot of bowlers when the ban comes into effect. I really do believe that. So the USBC, the ball's in your court. What are you going to do? How are you going to tackle this situation? Because, let's be honest, we love our purple hammers. We don't want them to go away. But the bowlers want some sort of a compromise if you do take away our purples. So, what's it going to be? I have a feeling that if they do ban the purple urethane, Hammer is probably going to ramp up production of their purple reactive, which I actually have a purple reactive, just not in the room right now. The purple reactive is also a very good ball. The not urethane is also a very good ball. Probably once I hit it up with some more surface, get rid of the shine, it'll react a little bit more like urethane. But as of right now, this will not be a good replacement to me, to my purple or my black urethane. But I want to hear your comments. Oh, excuse me. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I want to hear what you guys think about everything. If you support a potential urethane ban, or if there was to be some sort of a ban, what compromises there would be to have a legal, compliant urethane ball. I think we should go no more than 78 hardness. Because let's be honest, again, like I said before, They're already on the market. I have one right here. Unless they decide to get rid of pearl, in this case, here you go. You got this one, Hopkinsville black urethane. That's non-pearl. But again, this is a bit of a rant video. I'm very concerned with what the USBC is doing, and I don't like it. I really, really don't. And I know Brunsnick won't like it either, because he loves his purples too. I see you, Brunsnick. I got you. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant. And again, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'm not usually a shill to say, like, comment, and subscribe. But hey, if you like this rant video, please feel free to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button wherever it might be now, because it's been 19 years here on YouTube. Yay! And I'm making a rant video. 19 years. I made a live stream video. I made a live stream on the 19-year anniversary. So if you wanted to see the AMA, check it out in the live tab of the channel. But yeah, USBC. Cut it out. Don't touch my purple. Don't take away my purple. Because I'll just be petty and I'll buy a purple pin, purple hammer before it gets banned. Because I want one still. And I'll make sure I get one before the ban. Because I am petty like that. You take away my purple, I'm just going to get another one before you ban them. But yeah, my thoughts. Don't touch my purple. Don't touch my urethanes. I'm lefty. I love my urethanes, even though I don't throw them too much. Maybe I'll make a urethane only league. Just won't be USBC certified. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I better hit the stop record button before the rant goes on for another 20 minutes. Take care, all.